Okay, hello, welcome to day 92, I think, or 91, one of the two. But I'm home now. I think it's like a little past 4 right now because I was able to leave work early. But I'm so tired. I think I'm gonna take a nap, honestly, but I think I'm gonna be up late tonight just because I have that stupid paper due tomorrow. But besides that, all I have to do today is read, edit yesterday's video, maybe today's video if I'm up for it. What else? I mean, that's it because it's a Sunday, so should be resting. But yeah, I think I also need to make tomorrow's meal, so I'm gonna have this breakfast for sure, and then probably the chicken meal, and then who knows what after. But I don't know what else to discuss. Oh, I was 172, I believe, this morning, so that's that, which is good. We're hopefully starting to get comfortable in the 170s, but yeah. Here's the macros for my breakfast, and breakfast, I say it for 4 eggs, 84 grams of egg whites, turkey bacon, cheese, bread, yogurt bowl, peanut butter, and then rump cap bread with jam. Also, I have 2 pineapples, like 2 massive pineapples that I need to get through, so I'm probably gonna eat like half of one tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow's also gonna be like a grind day, I fear, but it is okay. So yeah, I will see y'all when I am doing whatever I'm doing next. Goodbye. Okay, that noise in the background is my air fryer. But it's currently 12:07, like 12:08, and I have my last meal here, which is pretty giant. I think I still have calories left, but I don't know what I will fill them with. But if I do fill them with anything, it should be carbs. But I still need to read. I still need to start that stupid essay. But I made my chicken for tomorrow. I made my potatoes for tomorrow, so that's good. I still have these pineapples, so let me show you how fucking big these pineapples are. Look at this shit. This is one of them, so imagine 2, and I have to go through all that in hopefully this week, which I'm not really complaining about because I love pineapple, but it's a lot of pineapple. Anyways, what else? Yeah, I think after this, oh, I also have to edit yesterday's video, so yeah, I'm gonna be up till like 2, and I'm probably gonna get like 4 hours of sleep. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do first, but I'll probably just talk about what I read, because that's like the last thing I need to do today. So yeah, anyways, here's the macros for this meal, and here is my chicken, my kale, feta cheese, sweet potatoes, and then this steak was like in a container that I use to put my meal for tomorrow, so I'm just gonna eat it now so I have the container available. Yeah, anyways, I will see y'all when I am talking about what I read. Goodbye. Okay. I've done my reading for today, and excuse me. Today I read Joshua chapters 5 and 6. And so basically chapter 5 starts with basically it says that all the people of like the land, like the kings of the Amorites and the kings of the Canaanites, heard that the Lord had dried up the Jordan for the Israelites, so that they could cross over, and it says their hearts melted and they were utterly dispirited because of the Israelites. And then the Lord basically tells Joshua to make flint knives and circumcise Israel for a second time, since it says, though all the men who came out of Egypt were circumcised, none of those born in the wilderness during the journey after the departure from Egypt were circumcised. And it basically says that like a bunch of the men that didn't listen to the Lord's voice died off, but their children were still like there. So they basically needed to be circumcised like their ancestors. And then it says, when the circumcision of the entire nation was complete, they remained in camp where they were until they recovered. Then the Lord said to Joshua, "Today I've removed the reproach of Egypt from you, therefore the place is called Gilgal to the present day." And then they celebrated the Passover here. It says they ate the produce of the land in the form of unleavened cakes and parched grain on that same day. After they ate of the produce of the land, the manna ceased. No longer was there manna for the Israelites for that year, who that year ate of the yield of the land of Canaan. So, and then the last part is siege at Jericho. And it says, while Joshua was near Jericho, he raised his eyes and saw one who stood facing him, drawn sword in hand. Joshua went up to him and asked, "Are you one of us or one of our enemies?" And he replied, "Neither. I am the commander of the army of the Lord. Now I have come." Then Joshua fell down to the ground in worship and said to him, "What is my Lord to say to his servant?" The commander of the army of the Lord replied to Joshua, "Remove your sandals from your feet, for the place on which you are standing is holy land." And Joshua did so. So that's actually pretty insane. That just like the commander of the army of the Lord just pulled up on Joshua. And yeah, anyways, chapter 26, or not 26, chapter 6 of Joshua is basically continuing the siege of Jericho. It says, now Jericho was in a state of siege because of the presence of the Israelites. No one left or entered. And to Joshua the Lord said, "I have delivered Jericho, its kings, and its warriors into your power." Remember, Jericho is the land that they sent spies to scout out, and the prostitute basically hid the soldiers, and she said, like, "Please save my family since I've saved y'all." And then Joshua was like, "Okay, yes, we will, as long as you do whatever." And then he says, "Have all the soldiers circle the city, marching once around it. Do this for 6 days, with 7 priests carrying ram's horns ahead of the ark. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times, and have the priests blow the horns. When they give a long blast on the ram's horn, and you hear the sound of the horn, all the people shall shout aloud. The wall of the city will collapse, and the people shall attack straight ahead." And then, so basically, Joshua relays this to the Israelites. They do this, they march around the city for 6 days. And then it says Joshua reminds them, he says, "But Joshua had commanded the people, 'Do not shout or make any noise or outcry until I tell you, shout. Then you must shout.'" And then, so yeah, they do all that, they march around the city, and then it says, the 7th time around, the priests blew the horns, and Joshua said to the people, "Now shout, for the Lord has given you the city. The city and everything in it is under the ban. Only Rahab the prostitute and all who are in the house with her are to live, because she hid the messengers we sent. But be careful not to covet or take anything that is under the ban, otherwise you will bring upon the camp of Israel this ban and the misery of it. All silver and gold and the articles of bronze or iron are holy to the Lord. They shall be put in the treasury of the Lord." And then it says, as the horns blew, the people began to shout. When they heard this sound of the horn, they raised a tremendous shout, and the wall collapsed. And the people attacked the city straight ahead and took it. It says, they observed the ban by putting the sword to all living creatures in the city, men and women, young and old, as well as oxen, sheep, and donkeys. To the 2 men who had spied out the land, Joshua said, "Go into the prostitute's house and bring out the woman with her, with all her family, as you swore to her you would do." The spies entered and brought out Rahab with her father, mother, brothers, and all her family. Her entire family they led forth and placed outside the camp of Israel. The city itself they burned with all that was in it, but the silver, gold, and articles of bronze and iron they placed in the treasury of the Lord. Because Rahab the prostitute had hidden the messengers whom Joshua had sent to scout out Jericho, Joshua let her live along with her father's house and all of her family, who dwell in the midst of Israel to this day. On that occasion Joshua imposed the oath, "Cursed before the Lord be the man who attempts to rebuild this city Jericho. At the cost of his firstborn will he lay its foundation, and at the cost of his youngest son will he set up its gates." Thus the Lord was with Joshua, so that his fame spread throughout the land. So that curse at the end, it says, "At the cost of his firstborn its gates." It says this curse was fulfilled when Hiel rebuilt Jericho as a fortified city during the reign of Ahab, king of Israel. So I think that's in a future book. And basically this guy, Hiel, attempts to rebuild Jericho, and he's essentially sacrificing his firstborn to do so, and his youngest son to set up the gates. But that's in the Book of Kings, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 books away. So that's kind of crazy though to see the foreshadowing there. But anyways, that is my reading for today. It's 1:10 a.m. I still need to edit yesterday's video and hopefully today's video and work on this essay. Also, I've decided that tomorrow I'm only going to my accounting class. I'm skipping bio because I need more time to work on this essay and to still be able to do all the things I want to do. And I don't know what the late grade policy is in this class, so I don't want to risk turning it in late. But also, I don't think I'm going to eat anything else today because it's already so late. I feel like it'd be kind of pointless, or like, yeah. But yeah, that is the end of today. So here's the macros. What else? There is nothing else. I hope you enjoyed watching. I greatly appreciate it if you did. And yeah, like if you want, comment if you want, subscribe if you want. I kind of did my hand motions wrong there, but yeah, you get the point. Thank you and goodbye. I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 93.